Hello.
We're live with my water bottle.
See, everyone, it is bigger than UA's head. We didn't lie to you.
My infamous water bottle. I was asked if I would bring this out in public, and I was like, no, never. But then my friend spotted this out in the wild. Someone just carried it around in LA.
But the question is, are you going to bring out the big energy of the Blue Yeti?
Oh, yes.
That's what people really want to see. I actually have my micro mic for anyone that was wondering from last week's episode, if you caught it yet.
Look at this gigantic thing.
How phallic is that? See, now everyone knows what it looks like.
Like they definitely designed this on purpose, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
It is humongous. And every podcaster starting out will look like this on camera. But it's across the board. All of them look like this.
I can't take you seriously when you have that thing in your face. I just can't even.
Julie, do you ever take me seriously even if I don't have it in my face?
But I have my micro, so it's all good.
Let's do a comparison. Put it in the middle of the screen. Let's do it. It's not about the size of the ocean. It's the motion of the ocean.
But it does, right?
The motion of the ocean. You know who said that line? Or where I heard that line?
No. Where is it from?
The Ricky Lake show. Do you remember Ricky Lake?
Yes. Okay, half of our audience, half of the people listening right now has no idea who Ricky Lake is. And then half the others are nodding their head right now.
I love that.
Put in the comments if you know who Ricky Lake is.
Emily, if you like the water bottle, I am selling it on my Amazon. Just kidding. I'm really not.
You're like, I can't take this thing out anymore. It's going to be her reused water bottle on Amazon. No big deal.
No big deal. Hey, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Dateable. But this one's a Dateable Live. How cool.
Yeah.
We haven't done a live stream in so long. And look at how funsy we are. We've got StreamYard. We've got a producer in the background. We've got ring lights. We've got mics and everything. The only thing I'm missing are my eyelashes. I've not been able to get my lashes done since COVID, so I have no lashes.
But I think this one's an extra special live stream because it's very private. It's intimate. It's going to be interactive. I feel like we haven't done as much interactive live streams, and this is going to be awesome. We've got some, you guys asked for it. We've got the community. We're going to highlight a few of the community members tonight. There's going to be a lot of fun. Play some games.
So grab that glass or bottle of wine.
Like you have a bottle that's bigger than the Blue Yeti. That's the ultimate. Or the water bottle. Get the water bottle.
Oh yeah. He's like, you've seen nothing yet.
That could be really dangerous if that wasn't filled with water. Just saying.
What do you mean?
Like if that was like vodka in there, that would be so terrible.
I totally misinterpreted that. I thought you meant like if you accidentally like did something to it. Okay. My head is going.
It could be dangerous in many ways. Don't worry. Get your mind out of the gutter.
We are kooky, but that's why we want to go live. So you guys can see how really kooky we are. Julie and I actually do this recording every Sunday of our intro, and we just get more delirious as the night goes on.
I was going to say something similar. I was like, if people could see the behind the scenes, every week we're like, okay, this is going to be like 20 minutes. Keep it to 20 minutes. As you all know, it's usually not 20 minutes.
3 hours later. He's like aged 10 years. We're drinking. It gets ugly, but in a great way. But welcome. Thanks everyone for joining our first ever live stream in this Facebook group. We started this Facebook group at the start of COVID, had no idea what it was going to turn out to be. And now we can honestly say this is family to us. It's a safe place for a lot of us. And we've made so many virtual friends. It's so strange. We have not met a lot of them in person, but we feel like we know them better than some of our real friends, like real in-person friends.
I was like looking at like my recent messages in Facebook Messenger, and it's like all dateable people. I was like, oh wait, where are my real friends? My friends that are not from this group. Oh no.
I
You
love
guys are my real friends.
Can I just call attention to this? Emily totally remembers Ricky Lake, so I am not the only one. And Marianne says she has the same water bottle. So
Ooh.
I know that you're all of my spirit animals right now.
The question for Marianne, did you get that before or after UA brought it up?
Yeah.
You're the secret trendsetter. Marianne might have been out there before you.
Yeah, I think she was OG for sure. She's like, I found this 2 years ago. Like, I need to get my notes ready and get myself together, get my shit together, because I think we are doing an actual show that we planned
doing it
for weeks. But we wanted to do this live stream because not only because like we want to get to know you and we want to talk about some of the exciting things happening here at Dateable, but we also want to like profile some of the community members. We have some surprise guests. We're going to kick off this show with some fun dating terms. I alluded to this in the post last week. I know Louise had a room in the happy hour a few weeks ago that was all about dating terms. And I think I knew like 3 of the 20 that she posted. So we're just going to have everyone guess some of these dating terms. You may have heard of them through Louise's happy hour room. Some of them we just made it up.
Or some of them the group might have made up. We did a little fun exercise a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, it's a lot of us.
That is true. And then we have that major announcement we've been teasing you all about. It's something we've been working on. I mean, we say it's been months, but it's really been years. We started this podcast to see how we can help each other through this crazy times of modern dating, whether you're in a relationship or not. And so we came upon this idea and we're so excited to share with you because it's just like this baby that's just been born. Now,
that's exactly how birth is done, everyone. Just like that.
Like this.
True though, I feel like when we first met, we bonded over not feeling so alone in all this. And I think this Facebook group, again, has wildly exceeded all expectations we had. And I feel like all of us have like really banded together. And I personally learned something new and feel better and, you know, more confident in whatever's going on just from talking to all of you.
Yes. Yes. I just want to address one more comment. Marianne's like, I need motivation on drinking 1 gallon a day. What's my, like, help me motivate? This is what I do. Every time I want to say the word amazing, I take a swig. I overuse that word so much. It's amazing.
Well, that could be a game, a drinking game on this live stream. How many times you and I say amazing? But this is going to be amazing. So just said it.
Here we go. We got some dating terms.
Yeah, so let's do our first dating term. And actually, before we go into dating terms, really quick, we are going to do a QA part of this whole thing. And we're going to have Louise, who a lot of you know as a host. She's our producer here. She's going to compile the dating or any Q&A that you have. It can be anything. It can be dating related. It can be questions for the two of us. It can be questions throughout this whole night. And she's going to like come on in a bit and share some of the top ones. So feel free as you're thinking up questions to jot them down in the comments. But also, we are going to have you write in the comments some of the answers to what you think these dating terms mean. So let's do our first one, shall we? Sexercism. What do people think? Let's get some answers in here.
Before I looked at the definition of sexercism, I thought this meant that you were doing aerobics while having sex. So like Jane Fondaing it up while you're in penetration. It would be really hard to do, but a really good workout.
That would be a great workout.
Would it?
That'd be really sexy to be wearing your like, you know, I'm thinking like the 80s like leggings and socks. Yeah, that's really sexy.
What are some guesses? Sexercism. Come on. Oh, yeah. When the sex brings out the demons in your partner.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, Chris, an orgasm that's so good, it makes you scream like a demon is coming out of you. These are very, very similar.
These might be better than the real answer.
That is really, really good. I mean, someone else, keep riffing on this. When a demon comes all over you.
Do we have one final guess before we reveal the answer?
To have sex to get rid of bad vibes. Ooh.
Wow.
These are really good guesses.
Okay, shall I reveal the answer?
Please do.
Having sex with someone new to get over someone old, a way to cut any last emotional ties so the person you used to have sex with. Ooh, I don't know. I kind of like some of these new definitions better, but learned something new today.
Having sex with someone new to get over someone old. Okay, I see where it's going. Yeah, I like the demon idea better.
I like the demons.
Exercising your right to fuck. Yes.
That was amazing.
So good. Sex while watching horror movies. Oh, Julie, we got some really creative folks in here. These are way better definitions. Okay, here comes your second term. Ready?
Let's do it.
Freckling. Like freckles? Freckling.
I can't wait to see what comes in for this one.
Freckling. I'll take a swig. It's been amazing.
I was like, are you pre-saying you're drinking good?
Amazing.
I mean, this is like as fun a game when you're swigging water, but that's not the point. I'm gonna get you so hydrated, Yue. I'm gonna keep saying amazing.
I would be so hydrated, I'll never get another UTI again.
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Amazing. Freckling.
So are we getting any good ones in? Any that you want to read off?
Shelby. Okay, girl. Squirting that sprays everywhere and leaves freckles on your partner's face.
Okay, that has to be the real one. Like, that's amazing. Who is that from? Shelby? I love it, Shelby.
I got some of your jizz on my face, but just like a little bit, like freckles.
Wow, that was a good one. Anyone else? Anyone else are we getting in?
By the way, Julie, just knowing Shelby, like if you just met her, you never think these words would come out of her mouth. Okay, you would think she is such a good, wholesome girl. Not good, but you always surprise us, Shelby. Keep
surprising us. Keep doing it.
I feel like everyone's getting stumped on this one.
Okay, should we just reveal it then? I don't know if anyone can top what just came out of the chat. Just gonna say.
Freckling is another term for what most would describe as a summer fling. So love that lasts only a summer. Like freckles, they only last when hot weather is around. It's like, you have seasonal depression, you have seasonal dating, seasonal love, freckling. Yeah, not as good as the squirting that sprays everywhere and leaves freckles in your partner's face.
Nope. Okay, I'm gonna do the next one here.
Oh, I skipped one. Sorry, I skipped one. I got too excited.
We'll do Gatsbying.
Okay, that's a good one. And I believe that came out of Louise's group.
So anyone that's been in that happy hour has an upper hand here. If you can remember it. There's so many. I swear every day new dating terms come out.
Because people just make it up. Like we
just made up like 10 the other day, so who knows who else is doing it.
Make up. You can be like douching. What is that? When you're trying to cleanse yourself, douchebags. I don't know.
Fun fact for everyone, outside of our main website homepage, our most trafficked page is dating terms, hands down.
People are looking that up all the time.
And we got some good ones. We got some originals. Are we okay? Anything good coming in for Gatsbying? Speaking of originals,
Kendra's like, I forgot what this term means, but everyone's still on the Shelby train for squirting.
We're now just going down. Everyone is going to be in this one theme. I love it.
Gatsbying. So, yeah, everyone forgot what it meant.
Okay, I'm going to reveal the answer then. Posting to social media and then waiting for that one specific person to check it out. The modern day equivalent of Gatsby throwing elaborate parties seeking Daisy's attention. Well, that's kind of cute.
Cute.
What? Like, is it like a thirst trap? Like, what are you putting out there?
Yes. Haven't you posted, Julie, for someone to see? I've definitely done that.
I mean, like, I did way back in the day. I remember when when you would be on Facebook and you would post like going to the movies or some status.
Oh.
I remember I was like dating this guy that was totally not into me, and my friend made the recommendation to make him jealous, to like be like going to the movies with a special someone, and I'm like, I guarantee he didn't give two shits.
Totally.
But it took a while to craft that perfect message just so he could see it. So I've totally Gatsby'd.
I posted the subtle across the table photo of menu and a wine glass or a plate behind it. So it looks like I'm at dinner with someone when I'm really not, for someone to see.
So when you guys see UA on Instagram with the table shot, she's all by herself.
Yeah, it's like my dog on the other end. But whatever makes you good. Okay.
I've totally also posed like I don't know if it was subconscious, but I've posed flowers that like my mom sent me.
Yes.
Thinking like, oh, it's someone think that someone else sent them to me.
Yes, absolutely. I've definitely done that.
Okay, so we're guilty of Gatsbying. Should we do one more term?
Let's do that. Yeah. Wait, what are some of these? I love some of these guesses. Is it in love with rich men? That's a good one. Throwing a party but staying in your room. I think that's just called COVID. I don't know. It's called quarantine.
That's quarantine.
Yeah, let's do one more. Oh, here we go. Phubbing.
Ooh, it's a good one.
Phubbing. PH. Like fat, like PHAT. Got like
fat. Remember when that was a word? Do you remember that term?
I definitely do, and I don't think people use that anymore. People just use like nobody would know what that means.
No one uses fat with a PH.
I don't think anybody ever did use the word fat.
Back in the day of Ricky Lake, they did. I swear.
Ricky Lake.
She was probably up there saying fat with a PHAT.
I love that someone said they follow Ricky Lake on Instagram. I really think that Ricky Lake has Instagram. I'm going to have to look this up.
Pretty much now everyone on this live stream is going to go follow Ricky Lake.
Yeah, Ricky Lake's going to be, wow, I went from 20 to 2000. How did that happen? Ricky Lake on Instagram. Well, I'm waiting for more. Fucking in the tub. Interesting. The spelling is throwing me off here. I agree. It's like when they spell thick with two C's, I'm like, what does that really mean? Someone says it sounds kinky.
It does sound a little kinky for sure.
Maybe a little kinky. Ricky Lake. I'm not finding Ricky Lake. She's not on here. I can't find her. Okay. Porn hubbing. That's a very good one. Yeah, everyone's like, this is a tricky one. Ready? Okay, so the definition of phubbing is, this is a pretty new term, the practice of ignoring one's companion or companions in order to pay attention to one's phone or other mobile device. When you're like on your phone on a date. And I think a lot of people have been guilty of that.
Definitely guilty, for sure.
And we've all been on dates with people who are glued to their phones. It's the worst.
Cool. Well, that was so fun. I always love the new dating terms, and they never cease to disappoint. But yeah, we wanted to kind of do our next segment here. Is first, we want to just welcome everyone. I know there might be some people that have been with the community since March when we started. It was love in the time of Corona was how we started all this. And I think like UA and I were like, we should do a Facebook group, but we don't really know like how it's going to net out. And then we're like, during COVID, everyone is just looking for connection. So let's do it. So we put out Love in the Time of Corona. And honestly, we've said this before, but it has like far exceeded expectations. The fact that like it is like a family, people are planning like our cross-country getaways together once COVID passed. Like it's been amazing. So anyways, we just want to do a quick rundown for anyone that's new. Like there might be some new people out here. So basically, we do have some posting guidelines that we recently put up for anyone brand new that wants to check it out. But this is really a place that you can get, you know, the wisdom of all these amazing people. Oh, I said it, amazing. All of the, like, just, I think we're always like, people are like, the people in here is what makes it. It's like the EQ, and like that word keeps getting tossed around, and the intelligence. And, you know, there's a lot of dating Facebook groups where it's kind of just like, he sucks, she sucks. And we don't have that vibe at all. I think it's been amazing to have men and women in the group, people of all ages. Oh my God, now I'm going to be so conscious of how much I say it. All ages, just diversity in general. So we have been so excited about the group. But also for anyone new, the other things is we do a happy hour every Thursday. So what we're going to be doing is doing these live streams from now on once a month. It might not be as long as this one. This is the initial one. But we'll do a live stream. The other weeks, there'll be happy hours, and then we'll be announcing some other news a little bit further on, so definitely stay on the live stream. And we also are doing podcast discussion groups, which has been incredible. Like, we've had every week on a Sunday, a group gets together to talk about the latest episodes, and people have said that the conversations have just been wonderful, and it's really pushed people to like think about things in different ways. So yeah, and this really all could not be possible without our amazing like host team. Oh my God, I really need to stop. But we wanted to just kind of call out the hosts, because many of you might know these folks because they're the ones that are in the happy hours every Thursday. We typically have hosts rotating. We have Janice, who's our moderator. So big shout out to Janice. We can never do things without Janice. You've been so instrumental to this community. And then we have Swanee, Jason, Shieldy, Caitlin, Brian, Shelby, Drew, and Louise, our other wonderful, I'm going to stop myself, wonderful hosts. And yeah, like just in general, the happy hours, it could be anything from discussions all the way to games. Yeah, so it's everything. But what we wanted to do is do something fun, because a lot of you know the hosts, but when UA put up the poll of what would you love in this live stream, people wanted to say they want to meet new people in the community. So we're going to call up a couple people and we're going to ask them a couple questions. So let's have our first guest here. Who could that be?
Surprise, surprise. It's Kendra.
Hey guys. Hey ladies, what's up?
Kendra, if you could pick between two prizes, a penis-shaped microphone or a gallon water bottle.
It's hard because I love penis and I'm thirsty, so no, I'm just kidding.
That is the best answer ever. You get both.
Love it. So Kendra, tell us where you're from and also what your favorite episode is of Dateable.
Yeah. So I'm from the Phoenix area, a smaller town called Tempe, but most people know Phoenix a little bit better in Arizona. My favorite Dateable podcast is, what is it? Trust Your Timing?
Yes. That was a great one.
Yeah, that one spoke to me. I'm like the type of person who's had my life planned out since I was like a little kid. I knew where I was going to be in life and how everything was going to go. So that one was very insightful.
That was one of my personal faves also. But
Yeah.
I say that about a lot of them, but that one surely was.
That's a good episode.
Yeah.
You ready for your big question?
Yeah.
That eased you in, yeah.
Right.
This is sort of what we call a reflection question. So we're going to ask Kendra, but we're going to ask the community too. Feel free to type your answer in the comments or just remember what you said, jot it down, whatever it may be. It's meant for you to reflect back. So it's not meant to be like putting you on the spot. You want to hear what different people think. So because our podcast is called Dateable Podcast, on a scale 1 to 10, how dateable do you think you are and why? So 1 being not dateable and 10 being extremely dateable.
This is a hard one. I think for me, I'm gonna go with a solid 8. I think I've put in a lot of work. I know we talk a lot in this group about therapy, which is one thing that I love about this group too. And I've put in a lot of time in therapy, and I've just done the work on myself, and I think I'm a good person, and I've got my shit together. But of course, there's always room for improvement. So I'm gonna go with a solid 8.
That's a great answer. I feel like whenever someone says 10, you're like, okay, 10, you're never a full 10. So I love that answer. And, amen to therapy. We are huge therapy supporters over here.
Kendra, what's your relationship status?
Complicated? No. So I just started kind of dating this guy that I was dating pre-COVID, and then we kind of stopped dating, and I did bad dating behavior and kind of ghosted him a little bit and did a little submarining. I know, bad. But he's still here, so it's
I think we talked about this on another live stream we did of like, you're never truly single. So it's like the single scale of like, even when you're single, there's always someone floating in the background. So
yeah,
I love
it. But I feel like COVID has kind of given us some time to reconnect, and I've gotten my shit together in the last year too, because I know a lot of it was definitely me. Like he's been a pretty great guy through all of it.
Trust in your timing. It's all about the timing, right?
Right.
Don't fuck it up.
I know. Jeez. I'm trying over here.
Thank you so much, Kendra. It's so nice to introduce you to our community, and we know that you are such a huge contributor to our posts and love your thoughts. So if you want to talk to Kendra some more, Kendra's going to be at happy hour. Yeah.
Always.
Of
course. Yeah, I got my sparkly wine glass, and I'm ready to go.
I think I would choose your sparkly over yours. That looks a lot more manageable. You guys have the same color palette.
Look, we're twinning.
You are twinning the mini me. Right?
The mini me.
That one's filled with wine, so I definitely prefer that one.
Yeah, mine is. This is, yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, we'll see you at happy hour. And let's call up our next person. Shall we? Let's introduce Cameron.
Cameron.
Woo!
Oh, there he is.
Hello.
In a puff of smoke.
He has told us it is from too much gaming, right? Is that what it is?
No, so I used to cover my webcam with like duct tape, and so it's not like a general halo effect that you're currently seeing around me. It's actually, unfortunately, just duct tape residue. So it's a little low tech, but
Hey,
I mean, same effect.
It's giving you a vibe. I like it.
Full confession, when we first met Cameron, it was actually through live streaming. Cameron came online, and I just thought, oh my gosh, people need to get high before they talk to her.
You know what's ironic? We were I was just referencing with Kendra the single scale, and I remember we broke it down with Cameron. Remember?
I did.
You were the guest. We called in with Get Vocal. You were a guest a couple times on Get Vocal.
You were our guest.
But anyways, Cameron, tell us where you're from and what your favorite episode is of Dateable.
I'm from North Texas, and I've only been listening pretty recently, so I'm going to say probably my favorite episode was the interracial dating with Kofo and Theo.
Yeah. People always have trouble remembering names, so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was. I did listen to it relatively recently, so like I'm cheating a little bit, but yeah, I really liked it. I guess I liked that both people were very empathetic towards each other, and whenever either person gave criticism, it obviously wasn't from a place of malice. It was, I want you to be better because I want to be with you. So I really appreciate us working together so I just really like their dynamic. It seemed very healthy, and honestly I think more people could learn from it.
Awesome.
And they didn't sugarcoat anything.
No.
They were so real. They're like
so real.
Certain things. Yeah. They're so real. Okay, so your big question. Same thing.
Ooh, okay.
10.
Whoa!
Mhm.
Wow, that might rival UA's right there.
Well, I had to drink. You said big question, so I was like, okay, hold up, let me
He's like, let me get my
get
gallon.
hydrated for a moment.
Our first happy hour together, Cameron, remind me, because I was like, where's your drink? And you brought out, what did you bring out?
It was so the only like alcohol I ever willfully purchased for myself is hard liquor, and more specifically Everclear, just because it's 95%. It's very efficient. I personally I like it. And I remember you were like, oh, like drink a little bit, and I was like, okay. And it was maybe even half the cap, and my throat was on fire for the rest of the night.
I don't know.
Do not recommend.
But when someone tells me to grab a drink, Everclear is not the first drink of choice. But that's just me.
If that doesn't make you dateable, I don't know what does.
That's right. Goes back to I understand how dateable do you think you are and why?
Oh, see, I guess I've been having some dating troubles for a while, so I'm gonna say a 4.
Okay.
Because I've had some struggles, so there's definitely room for improvement, but I also don't want to sell myself short, because I'm not like some bridge troll that like walks around like this. So I'm not like super bad, but yeah, there's definitely is room for improvement.
Trolls have feelings too. Okay.
You know what? Touche. That's why I'm a 4. That's on me. I apologize.
I love the growth mindset, though. That's really important.
It's really impressive. And you know what? I think you would improve your dateable score if you got what Chris is recommending. It's called Goo Gone. It's a product that gets the goo off of your webcam. So maybe that we can see you better when they do virtual dates with you. Just saying.
That's a fair point.
We
I
can bring you
should
from a
maybe
4
look
to
into
a 5.
that.
We can bring you to a 4 to a 5 just through that hack right there.
Hey, all right. There was a recent episode about dating hacks, or like hacks to look better. So I think that's probably the one that's best for me.
There you go. Dateable, changing lives. Boom.
Nice.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Cameron. And
thanks for having me.
Cameron's always in the happy hours, so we'll see you in happy hour.
We'll see you there.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I love it. Okay, our next person we'll call up is Erin. Erin, where are you calling from?
I am in the Chicago suburbs, where I insist in the group no one lives in. But I'm manifesting people to come visit me. So come, visit.
Where exactly?
Where do I live? I'm right near Naperville. Naperville area.
Okay, just putting it out in the universe. Like, just put it out.
Was that the town you told me to change my hinge?
No. I told you Downers Grove, because Naperville is kind of a uppity family-oriented town. Downers Grove is where all the single dads live. So
yeah, you're just trying to hook me up. I get it.
I was looking out for you. Yeah.
Erin was given the insider info, and you recently saw one of our beloved hosts, Drew, who was from Chicago. So I think you might be I think there was two other people that met in person from the group, but I think you guys are our second tier of people that have met in real life.
Yeah, we were totally touristing it up, and I forgot what it's like to be a tourist in your own town. So it was really neat just to like do stuff and look around and like, oh, I've never done that before. Yes, let's go check it out. So yeah, it was fun.
And there's something nice about coming out of quarantine too, that you have like this new perspective on yourself and new appreciation, really. And Erin, he wants to know if you got a haircut, because you look like you did. And looks really.
I did. I got it all chopped off. So I did. Yep.
You know, with haircuts so scarce now, I did the same thing. It's like you got to just go bold. This is the time to go short.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite episode, Erin?
Mine is the 51 First Dates. As a reformed cool girl, that one really spoke to me the most. Yes, namaste. I'm not a cool girl anymore.
Yeah.
But that's the one that really stuck out to me. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. And then your question is, on a scale 1 to 10, how dateable would you consider yourself and why?
I'm going to follow Kendra's answer. I'm going to be kind of unoriginal. I would say an 8, maybe an 8.5 on a good day. As to why, just similar answer. I've done therapy. I've done the work. I've done an excessive amount of mental heavy lifting and kind of gotten past a lot of the hurdles that kind of held me back before. COVID has been, it's been a blessing to me in a way, because I think I kind of exercised all of the demons in my social circle that were kind of weighing me down, and brought me a lot of peace. So now I'm just ready and excited. Of course, it's also going to be winter pretty soon in the Midwest, and no one ever wants to leave. So I might be master dating quite heavily again.
Wait, masturbating or master dating?
No. So I'm one of the people who said that I'm a master dater because I'm only dating myself right now. And so there. I mean, I might, TMI, but by the way, I have a mic too.
Oh yeah, you're still a little smaller. It looks.
It is, but I could probably.
It's still pretty massive.
It's pretty, and it's solid gold
right there.
Pretty one. I know the term master dating. I don't know why when you just said it, I heard masturbating, and I was like, wow, that's aggressive.
I mean, again, that's TMI. When I'm feeling really close to myself, there might be some of that, but no, I'm just kind of doing my own thing, and so.
Yep. I heard masturbating too, and I was about to take out the mic.
With the D ladies, it's all about the D.
The D. Hard emphasis on the D.
Hard emphasis on the D. I wish I were getting I were getting hard emphasis on the D right now. I'm not, but
that brings us to your current status. What's your dating life like today?
Again, I'm very master dating. It's a clean slate right now, actually. Not dating anyone and just offering advice in the group. No, not dating anyone. Kind of, I go through these periods probably every 4 or 5 months where I just clean the slate. I delete all the dead weight. People I'd been talking to that aren't stepping up, and so I just purge them from my phone and clean slate it. So that just did that this past weekend. So it feels very good.
Thanks for sharing all about your master dating.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we'll see you, Erin. I feel like you leave the best comment responses, and also you're in all the happy hours too. I wish I were in all the happy hours. I've missed the last couple, and I actually do improv. So, and my improv practices used to be every Thursday, but then they kind of switch things up. So now I make it to every couple of the happy hours. But yeah, I'm here tonight. I've got water and wine, so nice.
I'm ready.
So, Erin, I feel like my surname. I can't. So in the comments, everyone's saying like some of the comments are coming through, some of them aren't. And on our side, we see some of your names, and then some of them are like generic names that just say Facebook user. So Erin, this comment is for you, but I have no idea who said it because this is Facebook user. This person said, "Don't tempt me. I'm starting to look at tickets right now. I need a vacation." So I don't know who. Keep it a mystery. right?
I mean, take me from master date to masturbate. I'm,
You had them at masturbation/masturbation.
That needs to be the title of our episode with Erin.
Yeah. Yeah. Put it on. You know what? Let's put it on a bumper sticker.
Let's do it.
It will advertise your singlehood. Take me from master dating to co-masturbating. I don't know.
That needs to be a mask. It's more for a
Yeah.
mask.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Thank you. Cameron wanted us to make sure that we let you all know he's also single. So, okay, in case you didn't know.
Putting it out there. I love it. Okay, our final person. We've got Mike. Mike, the Boston Bachelor.
Woo!
What's up? What's up? How we doing?
On the screen, it says Mike, the Boston Bee.
Yeah. So we know you're from Boston. I'm assuming.
Yep.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Near and dear. What is your favorite Dateable podcast episode?
So it's a fairly recent podcast. It's the Boyfriend Manual.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, I could definitely see myself using some of the hot towel trick. Definitely on point right there.
Nice.
So, originally from the Northeast. Actually grew up in New Hampshire. Went to college in North Carolina and been in Boston for the past 4 or 5 years.
Boston's cold, so the hot towel trick was really going to come handy.
That's so true.
I would have loved that when I was in Boston on one of those cold ass days where it's like snowing out. That would like melt hearts. So do it.
Absolutely.
I'll see what I can do. I don't have anybody special in mind right now, but if you do know somebody that, let me know.
We'll send them your way.
All right.
And out to Boston now, if you want a hot towel. Like, for you, the Boston Bee, on a scale of 1 to 10, how dateable do you think you are, and why?
So I would say I'm a solid 8.5.
Whoa.
I'm an engineer and got my stuff together, and haven't really met the right girl yet, but I go to work, have a social life, and minus the corona, of course, but I just haven't really found the right person yet.
Can I tell you a secret? I feel like engineers get a bad rep, but engineers can be really good in bed because they're like, fine-tuned to all the details. It's like the way your brain operates. So just putting a PSA out there to all the people that think engineers are nerds. You got to look
good with all the buttons.
Exactly. They know what levers to push.
Yeah, it's all about the thrust, right?
Exactly. All about the thrust. You heard it here first.
But yeah. What's that?
The thrust. I was just demoing. In case
you just want any excuse to use the Blue Yeti in a sexual way, pretty much.
So
y'all, Blue Yeti as a sponsor for our next season. Then we know we're
I think, Mike, in your dating profile, you should put something like, have you heard about engineers? And then I know some good tricks up my sleeve, aka they involve hot towels, and just leave it at that.
Ooh, that's sexy.
Have you heard? Yeah, you think engineers are engineers, but no, there's a secret. I don't know. You could probably spin it better than that.
Yeah, a tease of some
sort.
Oh,
I love engineers. They are such a balance to my artistic soul. Facebook user, I have no idea who you are, but that's amazing.
Thanks.
You live in Boston.
Engineers are really good with creative types. You really balance out, but I also find engineers wanting to tap into their creative side too.
Yeah, well, that's pretty good because so my mom is actually an architect, and she's pretty good with that kind of stuff too. So, when I moved to a new apartment and stuff, she helps me decorate, and I'm like, I don't know how I really feel about asking her to decorate, but I kind of like it once it's all done.
Hey, you should also put that in your dating profile. If you got a nice non-bachelor pad, that's also a huge sell.
Thanks.
I feel like you should put up this latest comment from Facebook, another Facebook user.
Engineers are hot. Don't tempt me. I swear, engineers get a bad rep. And I think, okay, this is the downfall of engineers, though. So, Mike, you got to let us know if you do this. Engineers can tend to overthink things and get in their own. That's like the dating downfall of the engineers. Or they try to find a hack for everything instead of just letting things go.
I mean, I do tend to be analytical, but also when it comes to dating, like I tend to see if there's a spark. I'm a big sapiosexual dater, so like if you've got intelligence and can hold a conversation, and you know, if I can make you laugh and if you can make me laugh, that's really half the battle.
I love that. Sapiosexual.
Hey, Mike, have you met Julie? I'm like in the middle, but I'm also like,
I'm going to be in Boston in November. Just putting it out. Joy's like, I'm just going to leave now.
Oh, is it hot in here? Do I need to go get a hot towel?
Hey, I would love the hot towel. I think the hot towel. You ate your third wheeling it. It's okay.
Oh, I gotta put the AC on in here before I start sweating.
It's getting hot. This live stream is heated up all of a sudden. Okay. Well, actually, I didn't ask you. You said that right now. Is there anyone in the picture, or are you waiting for that perfect person to do the trick?
So it's kind of interesting. Like I go through some phases sometimes, and you know, I've really found that the dating apps haven't been all that beneficial to me. You know, like there's some where, you know, you can get the premium service, and I don't know if there's that much value in it, because like for like going back to the chemistry thing, if there's not really chemistry, if you see somebody on the street, you know, and you say hi to them and you start talking to them, like that's really where you're going to see if there's chemistry or not. You get to see their facial reactions. You get to see how they react to what you ask them versus some, you know, just a message board over the internet. So in terms of like, I mean, so I'm kind of on the downside of coming out of one of those, but you know, I really haven't been in a serious relationship in maybe 3 years. So maybe that might change.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and Boston Bachelor. Love it.
Thanks.
Mike. He's cute.
Louise is like, this needs to end. Bye. I'm just kidding.
I love it. Emily's like asking for a friend when you're like.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say that. Asking for a friend. So what's your status?
You all noticed Julie like fix her hair. She's like, so.
That's just because I'm awkward on the live stream. Let's not read into that one.
I like engineers. Just saying.
Hey, I just wanted to like clear the air for engineers as a whole. Like, I think engineers get a bad rep.
It was a PS. I get it.
SF, like home of the engineers, and they get a bad rep. So, anyways, shall we continue on? This was so fun. I loved meeting everyone a bit more.
So fun. We have such a great diverse group of people, and part of that is through you all building this community. Thanks to all of you who've invited your friends, your coworkers, your significant others. And we also found that there's such a wide range of demographics in this community. Not everyone's single. Not everyone's like in this 20 to 30 age range that a lot of Facebook groups are. We run the whole gamut from 20s to 60s. That's so great. And like we said before, we really love having you all in the community. And this is partly why we built something that we're about to announce right now is Julie and I, when we first started this podcast, we were like curious how people found us. And those of you who've joined the community, maybe we reach out to you too during happy hour and just curious, like, how did you find us? And what we found was most of you found our podcast due to some pivotal event that happened in your life. So thinking back to, this is the one we've gotten recently, just got divorced, getting back into the dating scene, not really sure what to do, especially during COVID times. I just want to feel like I'm not alone in navigating this challenge. Another scenario could be I'm entering into a new relationship. I've been single for so long, but I don't know how to make room for someone else in my life. And how do I speak to that with my partner?
Or it could just be the fact that we're in a totally new dating time. So maybe you've been dating, but COVID is like foreign territory to all of us. So I think we can all agree, no matter where we're at right now, there's a lot to figure out.
And sometimes, and we've said this on our show too, it's like, you don't want to annoy your friends with all your dating questions. Like, oh, he didn't call back, she didn't text back. But at the same time, you can't stop thinking about these questions in your mind. And I've been there where I couldn't sleep, where I woken up in the middle of the night thinking about something like nominal that happened to me. Yeah. And it just drives me nuts because it's like, why can't I take control of my love life? Why is it that I'm putting the control in someone else's hands?
I think also too, sometimes you just don't have friends that are in the same life stage as you. Like I know a lot of my friends are married with children and they just don't know what I'm going through with this. So I think that's another piece of it. But also, I don't think it stops after dating. Like relationships, just new stuff comes to the surface. Anytime you're interacting with someone else, it's like a mirror on you and all like the stuff that you've got going on. So I think there is always a need to have that person that you confide in.
So we've all been there, and maybe some of us are still there, just trying to navigate, make sense of everything. And when we spoke to some of you about what you really need in your love life right now, this word sounding board kept coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Sounding board. We'd love to know how to take control and like get different perspectives and see things in a different way. And that is why we came up with
big reveal. The big reveal.
The sounding board. We just took the words straight out of your mouth.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we did is we've been thinking about ways that we can give more. Because I think all of us also, like we said this before, we had no idea what this community would become. And it has gone to just so much more than we could have imagined. And some of the stuff that we're seeing, like we want to even take it like a level up and like deepen some of the connections and also like have more of us inserted into the process too and kind of give all like an extension of the podcast and the Facebook group, but more of like an even intimate way and way to really get to know each other and to put your stuff out there and have that sounding board along with us to like guide you along on your journey.
And we really feel like it's not so much us giving advice, because we've tried to stay away from this coaching, giving advice, because nobody has it all figured out. But what we do have the experience of is talking to thousands and thousands of daters throughout the last 5 years, just from purely talking to them and knowing what are some of the major questions, what are some of the pivotal moments, what are the mindset shifts that people need to have in order to see change. And we recently interviewed someone on our podcast, we won't reveal here who, but he said people want change, but they don't want to change. And the reason for that is because we don't tend to think about change as a mindset change. We think about like physically, we're like, oh, I got to move out of the city. I got to get out of this job. But it all starts with a mindset shift. Oh,
I think it's hard to do it on your own because I've been there before. I bought the new journal and I'm like, I'm going to go journal every day. And I never do it. Right. But I think having the community to like help you along with it, that is what makes it so pivotal. And I think what people have said about this community is just the wisdom that everyone has and the diverse life experiences. And then like Yue was saying, like we have kind of like those prompts and like ways that we can kind of guide you through. So it's like, we're with you 24/7. We got you. We got you on this journey.
So what we're creating with the soundboard, you're probably wondering what that is. It's a membership where there are different tiers, but depending on which tier you're in, all of you are getting this, what we're calling a monthly challenge. And that comes with audio prompts and exercises that we ask you to help you shift your mindset. And then it comes with these live shows. And these live shows are meant to expand your mind in some way. We'll have experts, we'll have different people and panels. It's all about trying to figure out these different perspectives. And then depending on which tier, we're also offering what we're calling virtual coffee with us. So it's one-on-one. So I guess it's one-on-two. You would get
we come as a package, so one-on-two.
You do.
One-on-one.
One-on-three if I bring my water bottle, whatever.
Or if you bring your mic also.
There you go.
It's going to be a party, but it's really going to be centered around you. I think that's the biggest thing is, coaching like is pretty costly, and we want to just like give people an opportunity to be able to bounce things off and really have that one-on-one time, that sounding board directly with us too, if that's something that you're interested in.
And frankly, this is also a way for us to sustain the podcast. And to be totally candid with you all, we set out 2020 hoping that this was our year to make the podcast its own thing for us, like the only thing for us. We don't want to be doing anything else, but we need the support from the community for us to do that. We really believe in this podcast, in this community, in what we're doing, and we want to keep expanding it. So if you join our sounding board, you're also supporting us, the podcast, as independent content creators.
And I'm super excited about some of the events that we have planned. Like we have one that the two of us are going to be leading in October, but we also have some of our past guests lined up. So it's a really good way for you to be able to like ask the questions we didn't ask and do more of like, it's going to all be interactive. I think that's the real goal. Like we never want to talk to you. We want to talk with you. That's been kind of our MO with Dateable this entire time, that this is like us as your friends, like as peers, as people that just have seen a lot and had a lot of life experiences, kind of, sharing that wisdom between us all. So that's what we want to keep doing with this, whether it's through those guided sessions or it's through the events or it's through one-on-one.
And the added bonus to all of this is you're all in this community, and this community is growing, but we've heard people say, what if it gets too big? What if it gets to a point where I go to happy hour, I don't know, there's 600 people there, which room do I join? By being part of the sounding board, we're limiting the number of spots so that you get a chance to meet each other and be each other's sounding board too. So you know that you're all in this volunteering to be in this together so that you can give each other your perspective and your own advice. And we think that would be a really cool way to get to know each other too.
So before we even while we were dreaming this up, we did actually talk to quite a bunch of you just to, actually as my day job, I do user research, and we took this here and we really wanted to hear what people wanted and what things that they needed. And I think now, especially in COVID times, we need community more than ever. And that was something that kept coming up. And like you said, the word sounding board kept coming up. It's like, I want someone that I can just talk to. And people in this community have already made lifelong friends. It's been incredible to see that. And people have gone to each other for advice and to talk things out. And I think what we're trying to do with this, like Yue was saying, as it grows, is let's have that core group that really can grow together and become friends. And hopefully in post-COVID times, we can all meet in real life and do more even fun things. But that's the goal, is to really build that connection between us all.
And what you saw with what we did with the 4 guests is sort of a teaser to what you can expect from the audio guides and the prompts. Is we ask you questions of reflection. And these are questions that may not seem that complicated, but they're questions that we fail to ask ourselves. That question of how dateable do you think you are? How often do you ask yourself that? We're constantly judging other people, how dateable they are. But this is a time to reflect on you and to know that where your areas of growth are. So with all of the subscriptions, all the tiers, you are getting the audio guide first and foremost with the prompt that starts at the beginning of the month. So throughout the month, you work through different prompts to elevate your mindset to that wanting to change, at least changing your mindset. And remember, you're also getting, in addition to all the happy hours in this group, you're getting 3 special happy hours with your own group. And then you get 1 event each month that's meant to bring in an expert or a panel discussion that's really helping all of us to just learn more.
Yeah, and I think another thing to point out too is like we're all about action. So it's not just hearing, it's hearing and working it through. So with the monthly challenge, like we actually have a way that this will go directly to your podcast feed under a new sounding board podcast. So it's super cool. Once you set it up, then it will automatically go every month. So we're very excited about that. And what we're going to do is make it actionable. So it's reflection, but then there's action. And then at the end of the month, there's going to be an opportunity in one of the happy hours to actually talk with other people about their experiences and revelations. Of course, that's totally optional. If you want to do it on your own and self-reflect, totally cool. But we do want to give the opportunity for people to talk it out because like that's how bonds happen.
So I know you're all like, how much is this thing, right? And there are different tiers of this, but the lowest tier is $8. That's it. And we're not asking for anything extravagant, but we really want a way, again, to sustain our podcast and to help the community and to find ways to help community in a smaller way, right? In smaller groups. So we are very excited about this because we get to create more content, and we hope that whoever joins this is really excited to come along with us. This is our first iteration. We already brainstormed about it for the last 6 months, and we created a really great first product for all of you all to try. And if you sign up now, you get the rest of October for free.
Yep. Exactly. And then there's also, it's month to month, or you can do annual for a discount, but we're using Patreon as a platform. I think Patreon sometimes has like the rep of supporting artists, and it definitely is supporting, but we strongly believe, UA, and I've always said this, we definitely are always like, we want to give, and we want to make sure if people are paying for something, they're getting something super quality back. And I think both of us take a lot of pride in that. So we're super excited, especially as founding members, all of you. That's why another thing, some of the pricing is lower than what I think we would have actually charged, but we really just want this community to come in first and foremost, because you guys are what has made this so wonderful.
And we are really uncomfortable asking for money. And this is why you've never heard us ask for money in the last 5 years, simply because we don't want to just ask for free money. We want to give something in exchange. And our goal is eventually that we don't have to depend on sponsorship dollars, is that we can self-sustain ourselves. So you only hear what is beneficial to you. And as I guess a taste of what to come is our first event is on October 29th. We're calling the Dating Council, and where you and anybody else who signs up, you're free to come up and ask us or present your most recent dating conundrum. And we have a limited amount of time to give you our opinion and a plan of action. So it's like, think about like a courtroom show where you come on and you present your case. You've got a few judges to tell you what they think and how you should proceed.
So it's going to be super fun. Again, October is basically, if you sign up, it's the rest of the month is free, including this event. So hopefully everyone can go to the dateablepodcast.com/community. We'll also be reposting this in the link of this and then just in the community as a whole. So definitely hope to see you all there. We're super excited to build this community with you all.
And we will be in the happy hour right after this. If you have any questions, we'll be chatting it up with you. If you don't have any questions, we just want to get to know you too. Again, this is our sanctuary. This community is our safe zone. And we want to create more of that feeling for all of you. And I saw a question from someone earlier who said, I don't see tons of queer conversation in this community. Is it more a straight space? And I think that's such a great question, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create more of these conversations. And it doesn't matter if you're queer or straight. It's not about your sexual preference. It's not about your race. We're presenting this in a way that all of us can benefit. And your perspective that maybe you've had for so long could benefit someone else who has never seen it in that way.
For sure. So awesome. Well, we're very excited about this, and we'll be in the bar, and now we're going to just transition into the happy hour. And we have a bunch of great hosts. We'll have Janice in the game room. We're going to have Louise in After Dark doing some dating terminology. And then Shieldy will be joining in a bit for After Dark, probably in like 15 or so minutes. And then we have Caitlin in the main stage doing red flag or deal breaker games. So hopefully you can stay on, and yeah, we'll be in the bar if you want to pop in and say hello or ask us any questions. And again, feel free to head over to dateablepodcast.com/community to learn more. And hopefully we'll see you on the 29th in the big event.
Thank you, Laura. Laura says, congrats. This is an exciting update. We think so too.
Yay.
We've done it for so long that we're so excited to bring it to you all. And the way to wrap it up, we're just going to say, stay dateable together. Yeah,
let's do it.
1, 2, 3. Stay
dateable.